I am made of men from men. I stand on my fellow human beings' shoulder to be what I am and who I am today. I'm not myself, sorry. If you expected a man who is himself, it's not me. I'm made of men. It's men who have built me. It's a man and a woman who decided to have me. It is them who saw a value which I didn't see, and they took me to school. It is this man and a woman who thought it wise that I could be who I am today. When I ask for chances outside here, it is men who have given it to me and women. I didn't do it on my own, so I'm not myself, sorry, once again. If you expected to see a man who is himself, it's not who? Shall we talk? Good. My name is Odhiambo, the son of Otieno. I was born on the 8th of September in 1993. It was a Wednesday when my mom was in the market in Nahero, and the waters broke. And quickly she had to rush to hospital. And my mom says she's Nyarahero, and Nyahero taya orienye wangi. It means light has shone on their eyes, so they cannot just be ordinary. She refused to give birth at the local Nyamrero's place, so she came to town. And I was born behind the Jomo Kenyatta Sports Ground, otherwise known as the District Hospital. Okay. I do train public speaking. I train politicians on how to talk. I've trained some of your idols. I can see on the board here my handwriting still stands. 2 weeks later, when I thought of spiral of silence theory that has just been talked about here before I touch on what I want to talk about, that if you don't talk, you'll be led. If you don't talk, if you don't talk, you'll be led. Talk so that you lead. Leaders are made out of speech, okay? That action, you can do so many good things, but if you don't talk about it, nobody recognizes. Let me have my seat. Then we proceed. Oh, I've been driving for so long, so my leg is misbehaving. I was asked by this very honorable team to come and share with you on positive masculinity and the importance of mentorship in work ethics at the workplace. Men, how are you? Good. Can the men stand? Because you don't know if there were men here, right? Men, just introduce yourself quick, because there are only 4. Start here.
So I am Kevin Omengo. Yes.
Kevin Omengo, that's not all. Quick. Proceed.
I am Kevin Omengo. I am a third year student at Maseno University, taking sociology.
Perfect. Yes. My brother in red.
I'm Zachary Nyambayo, 4th year, Maseno University, pursuing urban regional planning, of course with IT.
Of course. Of course. Thank you so much. Have a seat.
I'm Brian Otieno, a 4th year student, Maseno University, taking urban and regional planning with IT.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm Otieno Charles Anderson, taking urban and regional planning, Maseno University 4th year. Thank you.
I am George Mark Onyango. I teach urban and regional planning at Maseno University. Been teaching there for almost 30 years now. I'm as old as Maseno. My PF number is 0033. So if you talk about Maseno, then you're talking about me. So,
and thank you so much. And this guy didn't see the name of Maybe. Yeah, but I'm so happy. I also taught in Maseno for 4 years. 4?
Yes.
Are communication students here? No. They're not here, unfortunately. I was lucky to be selected at a competition where we were training our students from Maseno on how to prepare a campaign plan on post-exposure prophylaxis. Okay, uptake, and we emerged number 2. And the very good Dr. Nyambuga thought that I would help diploma and certificate students. Yes. in journalism on how to tackle PR. So I'm glad that I'm family. Sindio?
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be among you. Now, most of the times you must have heard Andrew Tate. Andrew? Tate. It depends with where you school. If you went to St. Andrew's Turi, it will be Tate. If you went to Jacaranda Junior Academy, it's not in Karen, it is in Nyalenda, where you went to school. You call it Tate. All right? Most of the times when you do this, yeah, when you do what? When you do this on Instagram, yeah, you'll meet some well-built man. He's not like me. His muscles are nicely built, yeah, and he's so handsome, and he drives Bugattis. If you went to St. Andrew's Turi, if you went to Jacaranda, you say Bugatti, yeah. He drives Bugattis and all that comes with that, yeah. And it said he's the king of toxic masculinity. You've heard about that?
Yeah.
What is toxic masculinity? Chap, one. Toxic masculinity? Yes, good. Yeah. Let's come at this home, yes. Just one of it. Yeah?
Just people like Andrew Kibe. I mean, I mean, like giving men kind of the wrong advices to follow. Yeah.
Just one.
Lambistic.
Yeah.
I'd say toxic masculinity is expecting a woman to take less and to be okay with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody else? Yes.
I'll say advocating for something that you're not doing actually.
Yeah.
For example, you're telling people not to date and you're dating.
Yes, anybody else? Yes.
Telling people or making people feel like or practice not treating women nice because in the name of masculinity.
Thank you. You have something? Yeah. Yes.
And also say not respecting women because you think they're inferior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, any other person? Okay. Mm-hmm.
Mostly men,
Mhm.
or I can say boys, they treat women in a bad way so that they can get credits from their fellow men. Like, let's say Andrew Kibe feels like he's the most superior man in Kenya because he feels like all men in Kenya are taking his advices and stuff. So they're trying to make women inferior so that they can get more credits from there. Yeah.
I mean, I agree with all your points. As you say, in scholarship, there's no wrong answer. We only have different views until when we research and come up with the findings that are then reviewed by peers. Then it is then qualified. That's when it becomes the truth, okay? And the fact. So. Now, let me tell you, my brothers and sisters, that toxic masculinity is a reality that we are living in. It is an inferiority complex that gives boys, not men, boys, and I do that willfully to demean men who do that, boys, the power to reincarnate different beliefs that are already existing from the previous world. I say previous world very carefully, referring to the Bible and any other form that reinforces the idea of some natural order, saying that men are number one and women are number two. Okay? I speak about this also with a lot of humility, understanding that I am a divorcee, okay, at just roughly 30 years of age. And in our language, in the Luo language, we say, if a woman leaves you, you're a good man. If you leave women, you're a toxic man. Men, are you getting that? If a woman leaves you, you are a good man. If you leave women, you're a toxic man. I also say, the bad boys get the girl, but the nice guys laugh last. For a reason. I repeat, the bad boys get the girl. Always. The nice guys laugh last. And ufikirie kwa nini nimesema hiyo. So in our daily lives we interact with people who believe that there's a natural order. A natural order here is reference of gender roles, okay? And saying that a man is number 1 and a woman is number 2. Hallelujah. Amen. It's false. Why? Myself. Sorry, I don't like using myself, but let me use it for this moment. Laura here may tell you, I don't date girls or women who are powerless. I love women who are powerful. Powerful. And I love women. Sorry, I don't mean to, okay? But I'm saying that I love women who put on heels so that when they stand, they look at me in the eye and tell me, Odhiambo, you are wrong. It will not happen. Why? Because I'm self-aware. I'm self-aware that I am not in myself complete in my creation. I am work in progress. So I cannot be a law unto myself. And so the person who can tell me that and I get without getting hurt is a woman who is on heels or a woman who is my height. So, the reason as to why I go for such type of a woman is this. That type of a woman who can stand and tell me in the face that this is wrong and this is how we are going, okay? Makes me have a different worldview of how things are. And women, just like the mountain goats, do you know them? They have an interesting name. The mountain goats, the one that live on the escarpments. And buffaloes. What's the name? Ibex. Listen to me on this. Women, just like the ibex and buffaloes, have one thing in common. They can sense a storm that is years away. Praise the Lord. Amen. I'm not a pastor. But nasikia kama inaniingia. Women can sense a storm that is years away. So we cannot afford to describe them in a particular box and say that they occupy number 2. For me, I believe, and God forgive me if this is not true, I believe you're a woman. God is a woman. For one reason, men do not think beyond sofa. If I'm lying, Makonyangu will correct me. We don't think beyond sofa. There are some instances we say, and in Kijalu again, I like using my culture because that's where I was born. We say that if a man is grown, then a man needs to marry so that he doesn't run. Kikoran. Askue chizi. Mwanaume hao ile askue nini? Askue chizi, waelewa? Because when a man is grown and he has money, he becomes cheesy. Because a man's thought ends at money and domain. Domain is, these are my women, this is my territory. That's the thing of a man. A woman's mind is so expansionist that it thinks beyond money and domain. It thinks towards the future. It thinks of the world. It thinks of better things. It thinks of happiness. It thinks of good things. Are we together? So if you're a woman who is thinking like Andrew Tate, for those who went to St. Andrew's story, sorry, I want you to think like somebody who knows what value they have. In this context, I would say, masculinity is defined by different scholars and different people, because we're not in a very academic session, so allow me to use this. It's defined as the role that is given to a man in his existence, okay? It's masculine, eh? Misuli, si ndio? Akona misuli mzuri. He can order things in a particular way. Akinguruma, si ndio hiyo kitu? Akinguruma. Akinguruma watu wana? Now there is good masculinity and there is negative masculinity, which is called toxic masculinity. I told you I love women who put on heels, who can look me into the eye and tell me that is bullshit, it did not happen. Why? That is good masculinity for me. It's a governor. Okay? Yes, because human beings, I don't believe in the existence of devils. I believe that human beings themselves have the capacity ya kuja chini. Human beings are so boundless, they can do things yenye unaweza kaa ushangae, huyu ni rafiki yangu ama, you know, is this Mako Nyango that I was sitting with? Is this Dorcas? Mpaka simesha kufanyikia?
Yeah.
Now these things also happen at the workplace. Are you together? I've been lucky that at 23 years of age I started teaching in Maseno, or assisting, so to speak. 23, because I graduated at 22. Okay? And I met some of the most interesting people to work with. And one thing that I also realized, and Mako Nyango, forgive me, I will let the cat out of the bucket today. One thing that I also realized in the department where I was lecturing and across the departments was a very toxic trait of masculinity. Can we go for coffee? Can we go for? Coffee. Can we go for? Coffee. Then I asked one of them, why are you doing this? These are our future CEOs. You'll walk into these offices and meet these children in those offices. How will you talk to them? Right now they're going to do things for you. But once they put it back, how do they feel about you? How do they think about you? Freaked me. Still freaks me. Some of them I know they are sick. I was the youngest. Do I look very ugly? I look like a man, Cindy. I did not, and I tell you, from the time I joined, because I didn't start at the main campus, I did mine at City Campus, crash program, very fast. I did not. From the time I stepped into campus until the time I left, I did not say hi to a girl, how are you? Because I could not. When I got into lecturing, I was even more afraid. Because my father is a teacher, high school teacher, and he used to tell me how they are punished if they are found to be having sexual relationships with students. And I was like, what is happening in university? Another one told me, if they don't give me, I will not pass them. They'll fail. Watapata soup. Shameless. One trait. Another one, that women don't earn equal to men. Hey, Daktari, me I love women doctors like that. Why? These are people you cannot offend them. Oh, you will not. Mtu amesoma mpaka amemaliza kitabu akafunga, sasa hizi itwa student. Hizi itwa. If you're paying somebody 1.8, you pay them 1.8.